Good morning, dear friends. It's another how to make. It's been too long since we did one. A lot of things happened here in the studio. The 3-day for experience were there. It was a very good addition. Both were very good additions. Students learned a lot. It was fun. Sometimes some tears, sometimes some laughters, but in general, it was a real growth process for all the students, and that's good because that's the whole experience. It's you have to experience it, and if you do, it can be a big change in the way you look at forestry because of the different way of teaching, but also the different approach I show. Because I think too many florists are doing too many difficult things, making a big fuss out of it, putting it up a level or a standard that is way too high, and basically it's like playing. And of course it's important that you set a high standard, but as soon as we want to sell our product, as soon as we want to teach our product, and it can be to florists, it can be to your own customers, then we have to bring it down. We have to be a part of the whole consumer world, so we can take them by the hands and then show them our world and bring them up. But anyway, that's enough about that. Another experience is coming in October and November, so be quick if you want to join that. For the rest, well, it's been very hot here, doing a lot of prep work for nice demos, nice projects, and of course Miami is coming, but also Brazil is coming, and maybe later on this year to Mexico, so quite busy, as you can say. The new book, it's coming out this summer, probably. Of course I want to tell you a little bit about that too. 400 pages, and well, it's going to be thick, and it's going to be completely filled with information, with lots of techniques, and it's therefore the reason why I call it the Floral Design Manual, because all the tips and tricks are in this book. And if you have this book, probably you can figure out all the other books too, if you already haven't done that. And it's basically a guideline, the way how I think forestry should be, the way I think forestry techniques should be used, and how they can work for you. As I say in my experience teaching class, you have to let the material work for you, because as soon as it's the other way around, then probably material work will work against you instead of with you, and that can lead to stress, doubts, and all the things we don't need. Follow your plan, stick to your plan, and just enjoy it. And that's an important part also for the new book. It's about enjoying the flowers, and as soon as you really enjoy it, and listen very carefully to your own inner voice, you will always make the right choices and you will make the right steps. So the book is coming, and it's gonna be a hit. And I'm not really objective, of course, because I made it. I think it's super. But I think this could be a book that, well, a lot of florists are waiting for. Things you can make in 5 minutes, things you can make in 10 minutes, things you can work on an hour. It's all in there. And of course, that's it. You just have to see it and work with it and grow, and then it will take you further. So, for creating things, again, we're in the office, just sitting behind in front of my computer, and I thought, well, it's time to do something nice, and it shouldn't take long. It should be fun, and of course, the thing I'm going to show you, you can make a nice transition to other things. So now I'm going to just show you a nice small thing, but always think about techniques or small things and try to think of them. Well, what if I do this? It can be for a wedding, or when I do this, it can be for a big event or an object or things like that. The more crossovers you can make between all the different themes and all the different techniques, the more stable your work will be, and the more easier your work will be if we just look at it in that way. So a bridal bouquet if we transform it a little bit, can be a big object, and the other way around too. A big object can be a bridal bouquet, or can be a small design for a birth from someone had a baby and you want to go there, so you give something nice. That can also be an object. The more translations you can make, the more crossovers you can make between different parts, between design, between fashion, between architecture, between furniture, or just ceramics. Everything has information, and as soon as we start finding out and making the crossovers, connecting layers, connecting different branches, you get information. And it's always say, the more information you have, the more questions you will be able to answer, and the faster you will go again. So I just have some nice woods, some chips, wood, small slices, and I had a nice clamp, and I use this just basically to help me a little bit, because of course you can do it about one by one, but probably it's nicer to do it all at once. So what I'm going to do is use some nice tools. For all the women out there, steal it from your husband. For all the guys, well, it's a guy thing. So I'm going to drill or saw a nice slice. So what we're going to do is when I put it it makes a lot of noise, but again, a little kid having fun. You see already, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a nice thin office is a mess, but it's fun to do, so we'll clean up later and don't bother the mess. I think this should be good. Oh, it's really a mess. So we have a nice cut in all the chips, and then we do basically the same, but you don't have to do that all at once. So we're just going to drill some holes with the drill. Again, another nice power tool. And if I'm looking a bit like, I'm pushing pressure. So it's not like, because it will take us hours. We have to get a little bit angry and then. So I'm just drilling some holes. And again, I'm trying to keep it about 10 minutes for the video, so it won't take up too much time for you anyway, and for me too, by the way. So we drill some holes. We have a nice glass vase, round, and then the nice thing is we can just use the edge of the vase to put our pieces of wood on. And in the beginning it will be a bit tricky and maybe not so easy because they will tip and fall. Don't worry about it. That's all for later. No reason to stress, no reason to doubt yourself or your technique. It's just as simple as this. This is basically our starting point. The nice thing is you let the material work for you. So there's no stress. Because as soon as you don't let the material work for you, you create stress. Take a scissor. Ooh, that was close. And we have some nice rotom. And then the trick is to go through the holes. Let me see if I can do it without blocking the view. Whoop. And again, things like this will happen. And as soon as you start worrying about it, then it becomes a problem. And if you're not worrying about it, your mind is just open to see possibilities and maybe solve problems. And basically, if it's getting too difficult, you can also say, I'm gonna soak the roton so it can be really flexible. And again, in the beginning it's tricky, but as soon as you have a certain amount of roton in, it gets stronger. And of course, the trick is to make it that strong that it will hold. So basically I'm now just using the wood and the holes to just fix the roton in. And you see already, and it's not about if you like it or not, or if you think it's, oh, that's beautiful or not. It's about showing you a technique and showing you that it's easy if you let the materials work for you. And we just add a few more, just to give it a little bit of more strength. And of course, if you have shorter pieces, it will make it easier on you to work instead of all the long parts of the roton. And you can also use wicker or wire, whatever you think is nice. That's the material you use, as long as you understand that it's your choice. I always say, you decide how. You can be inspired by material, but you must not be led by material. You lead the material and not the other way around. But that's just my opinion. And it's basically just trying to create a shape that you think is interesting. And again, as soon as you let the materials work for you and use the techniques in the right way, then everything becomes fun. Because you don't have to stress. You can trust the techniques, you can trust the materials, and basically that's it. We have to get the trust in our materials, in our techniques, to be able to work it really well and really fully. And most people say Pim is always working on the high level things, expensive, and I do a lot of those things. But of course the trick is, how capable are you as a designer, as a florist, to make something really simple, really high level, and something really high level, really simple. And again, it's not about if you like this arrangement or not. It's just to show you a little bit a technique, a trick, an insight, maybe, that if we work in a different way, we can create a nice structure, a nice construction, simple, commercial, and very fast in making. So I hope you enjoyed this webcam. Again, if you want to sign in for the 3-year floor experience in October or November, just email me. If you have questions, you can always email me. I will try to always answer them. Of course, sometimes it will take a little bit more time because, again, I am a lot of times very, very busy. But you can always ask questions. And I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy, recharge, and just keep enjoying. Inspire yourself and others, and remember that smile. So maybe another one soon, but for now, I'm back to my studio. I have to work again. So enjoy, and cheers to you all.